no technical knowledge.
Made it back, Shock. I made it back. It's been the 4th attempt. First attempt, cut out, had to come back. Then I went off. Second, it worked. Then I had to come off. And then second attempt, I came back. And I think I know what happened that time. Is when I connected, to a power mirror, it connected Wi-Fi and not via USB. So it was completely. So hopefully this is better and it'd be good for the rest of the evening. Shock, spread it around. Spread the word around if you could. Oh, not that I want my minions to do my work, but you know what I mean. If people can be bothered to come back a 4th time, that would be amazing. I do have video and sound, yes. I'm just going to play away. But it's lovely to have you in here, thank you. Could be an intimate evening with Dan. Shock's intimate Dan evening. I am back, Top. What happened was I connected to a power mirror via Wi-Fi, and that froze up on me. So it could just be my connection. Who knows? I'm going to give it this attempt. If we have a failure, it tends to be choppy at the beginning and then it gets better, or it just cuts me out. Last attempt. Otherwise, we'll call it a bad job. Alright, we got that 10% here. Big old wind, huh? Oh, I play Sophie quite a bit. She never rematches. Uh-oh. Is that in the... No, just got a funky camera angle. I'm a British expat. That's exactly what I am. So yeah, so I was saying, Nick, last time I was connected via Wi-Fi and not USB, and I think that was putting an extra strain on. But we shall see. We shall see. Big news is, marching on together. We're gonna see you win. Na 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 na. Gary is here to give me a cheer. Gary Shields is also a fellow Leeds fan, hoping to see us return back to the promised land after a substantial absence, almost 20 years, which is crazy to think about. Because I remember the heartbroken day we eventually went down, and most of our fans thought, you know what's a good idea? We're going to rush the pitch. We're going to try and get the game abandoned, thinking that that's going to do anything at all. And then it just made us look even more embarrassing than we already were run at the time. I think Gary will agree with me there. So I'm going to play this at an extra... I'm going to give it 20% here in headwind. So we're going to go 12.7, which is going to be 6.6. 7. Why not? Needle seems a little better. Did we give it enough? It's even close with these fjordy offsets. And I think this is the reason why I like the fjords. Fuck this. The reason I love the fjords pretty much T-Nick. Yeah, we went bankrupt. We had to we got a points deduction. We had to sell all our best players at bargain basement prices. Then we got relegated and went into administration, and then we got docked points and sent down. We had to start the season with minus 30 points or something. Then we went down to another division, and then I think we were put in administration the second time. We may have had a smaller points deduction and managed to stay up that year, and then we got up, and you know, it's been a whole thing. Then we got bought out by like 15 different people that were all mental. It's been a thing. It's been a thing. I remember it well. All of it. I remember all of it, mostly, except when I had a few hazy years back in my younger days. Now, see, I am now in the perfect position as an expat who relocated to an area. Although, having said that, if we're talking about fair weather fans that basically follow a player and not a team, or just someone that they feel like supporting, that would be America. We, in the main, born and raised, where you're from, support that team through thick and thin. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a huge proportion of Americans that are like that. However, there is an awful lot more bandwagoning that goes on here, I have noticed, to the casual observer. But I can support, and you can say the Texans have been shit, and I can agree with you 100%. They were useless up until 2013, 2014. Then we had a relatively Kushak wasn't a bad coach. He loved a bootleg, but we had Matt Shaw and a terrible defensive secondary, which we've never addressed. But now we had the makings of a very promising team, and now we've got Bill O'Brien, who has decided because. Hang on. Let's do this bad boy again. Because he decided that, come on, that's got to roll down better than that. Come on. Rubbish. He's decided that because DeAndre Hopkins had some baby mamas and, you know, whatever, that he was too big for the dressing room, and decided that was it. So he wants to destroy our whole team because of that. What are you going to do? Do I do Discord? Double D, I'm sure we've been through this. Because I've talked about it enough to a lot of people. I hate Discord. I almost loathe Discord. I have personal feelings that are very strong towards Discord. Once Discord is in, all you hear in the background, it's like a drunk bar conversation where no one knows what's going on. 5 different conversations going at once, knowing each other, what's going on, and it's just people in the background telling you about their shots that you can't see and you don't care about anyway, and you've no idea who's talking. and then they ignore the chat. So if you're not on Discord, you get completely taken out of it. And this is annoying. Right, we're gonna swap ball. We're gonna send it if we get time to send it before it disconnects me again. Right. Bye. Get the big bounce. No, it's gonna hit the rough. Damn it. It's alright, but it's not great. Yes, thank you, Double D. I have no idea how to fix that. So, if you're here for a professional, seamless experience, you came to the... Now, if you want glitching and stories and lots of reconnects and disconnects, then by all means stay here. And this is for you, Double D. What's going on, David? I don't know, like, it just decides it's got a mind of its own. But it's not today, quite frankly. Now this is going to be, I'm going to play this at 25%. If I get to play this at all. It shouldn't be 25%, but it plays at 25%. Oh, fuck. Bollocks. I'm right at that shit distance. Right, Max Embringer. So I'm going to play this actually at 35%. So that's going to be, I don't know, enough. Not enough time to do that properly. Not enough time to do that properly. So 35% was not enough on that. Sorry then. It's a good job you're here for me, Russ, and not for Streamless Professionalism, because you'd be sorely disappointed. I put on the touch the wire in the wrong place. Fuck's sake. It's like everything wants to fuck up on me. Right, hang on. It's alright. Saved it. Maybe. I get it, Double D. I get it. The stream is lagging. I have been informed. I can always quit it if that's what people want. If it's bad for people, then I will cut it. $35% was not enough on that, so that's interesting to know. Top, were you here for my? Oh, here we go again. Let's go again for you, Top. This is for you. Boo. Rubbish. Oh, yeah. Putting on a Houston Astros, because I know you're a big Astros fan, Double D. I don't know how many accounts I'll play in the mini. I might just play one account. Or two, maybe. Is that worse than mine? Probably not. Both shit. I'm going to stop putting that curl on. Maybe. Maybe I just set it up a little far back. Just caught that knuckle. Slowed it down a touch. Astros. Championes. Championes, championes, away, away, away. We'll steal your signs, we don't care how. Bash the garbage cans. Woo! Catchy. Alright. See if I can get another hole in one on this. It's a big wind. So, I'm going to do a half a backspin here. Bit more than half a backspin needed there. Yeah, I know, right? I've got previous. So basically, if I support a team, they will be found out for cheating. It was in this basically the same season as well, because Leeds, Marco Bielsa, who is the manager of Leeds United, sent scouts to watch his opponents train and then bring back notes of their setups and their likely squads for the games and stuff like that. Hilarious. This is really starting to bug me now. Fuck is going on? Oy vey. I'm in the stream tonight. It's Double D. It's like Double D. He doesn't want me to stream. He just doesn't want me to stream tonight. I'm getting all sorts of everything. I wasn't going to go there. T-Nick. A load of people that were giving grief to... oh, it was probably you, T-Nick. That's why. No. What was it? It wasn't Pradeep, was it? It was... Who was it? That was really anti-Astros and getting all high and mighty, and then actually supported the Patriots. And said that it wasn't the players. It wasn't. I still support the Patriots because it wasn't the players that did it. It was the management that did it. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever keeps that moral high ground of yours going. Fuck a duck. Give me headwind, a tailwind again. Do you play it in this wind too? I'm going to play it in this wind too. What we got? 9-6. I'm just going to put more topspin on it. Sprezza! Sprezza! Right, Keith is part of a major part of the surprise that's coming. I think I put too much on this. Fuck off. How's that done that again? How's that done that again? So I keep catching that knuckle. I think I'm putting too much curl on it. This is why I don't like this shot, because you have to be absolutely perfect to not hit that knuckle. You need to miss that first knuckle and hit that second thick rough patch to get the rollout you need. I keep catching that top knuckle, which means I just have terrible shots. However, it wasn't that terrible. So thankfully, my shit was less shit than his shit, but they were both shit. I put 4 top, or just under 4 top. But we won, so I'll keep playing it. I'm going to keep playing it top. Because if, yeah, why not? 4 yard mark. What was I at? 3 yard mark? Gallo! Gallo! Keith, the equipment has not arrived for the surprise yet. But once it does, which it should be this week, so I'll start the surprise. I will let you know and find out your availability to be on stream to get more people on before I embark upon the lovely journey that we're about to go on. I'm about to. I will be educating and entertaining, hopefully. Yes, what? Yes, I was at the 3 yard mark. Stay there. Between 6th and 11th. All right, so. Ooh, I hope it comes in the next 2 days. What is this? 5 rings of OP. Ah, cool. Thanks, Top. It's exactly where we want to be. Anywhere from 3:45 to before the rough is a good spot for this shot. Although he's got the only win that he could possibly have to get him over, of course. It is a tricky win from this angle, though, because you need to curl it, and this angle is not great for curling it because you come in odd. So you more often than not you hit the rough, or you somehow hit that fairway and go in the water. Like that. Oh, T-Nick. Yeah. I think he's taking a little break. Well, actually, I think he was. He's in one of my clans. One of his accounts is in my clan. He brought it over. This is difficult. The reason this is difficult is because I play 1-to-1 here, but you pull from max to mid numbers, so it's difficult to get the right ring pull here. But I'd rather it be too much. Oh no, I might hit the rough on the left here. I'm going to go for a great left. All right, so we're in good position here. Yeah, I Can Swim is his name is also Nick, and he streams pro and stuff. He still plays tournaments and stuff, but he was doing a big push to get to the C100 for one of his other clans. So I don't believe he's streamed. I haven't had notification of his streams, but he's around. Just a little quiet. Of course, he is perfect. Todd Jax. I wish I had an Ingrid for you, but I mean, not an Ingrid. Where did? Oh, because Ingrid's name's under there. I wish everyone had an Ingrid, quite honestly. But that's not what I meant. I wish I had a Beatrice type. Something prop. I don't want to call her a prop because she's much more than that. She's an integral part of your streaming journey. Are they watching, or have you got them locked up somewhere to keep them from their true rightful spoils of the family? I'll try not to let you down. I can't promise. I don't know what their expectations are. The Rughavens are very proud people, and I am but a commoner in their world of opulence. But I do wish to do them proud. Right, okay. Let's talk through. Let's actually do something. 8.1, I'm going to stick on 1.5. I'm not going to send it, obviously. Maybe 1 and a click. Clickety click. Right. But I'm going to give myself some room, and I'm going to go 6 rings. Safe. They aren't below, or are they turning human flesh into a tapestry? Slightly disappointed with that. So it would be, turning human flesh into a human tapestry would be House of 1,000 Corpses by Rob Zombie. And I refuse to believe that the Rughavens partake in any Rob Zombie-esque delights. Although if it is a guilty pleasure of theirs, so be it. We all have our guilty pleasures. Everyone, put your guilty pleasure into the chat so we can all delight. At your guilty pleasures. My wife's guilty pleasure is anything with midgets. She loves midget shows. Oh, we can't say midgets anymore. Little people shows. She loves little people shows. Oh, fuck off. Alright, so I'm going to go back. Yes, Mini Nips, we are indeed live. As you can see by the horrendous nature of this guideline, quite honestly. This could go anywhere. It's a little bit heady, so hopefully it checks up instead of shooting through. it just goes through these phases where it gets onto a new hole and then bam, and then bam, glitch, and it just shudders. Fascinated with little people, absolutely. I remember I do have a couple of stories. Smaller than standard people, vertically challenged. Where you know, there was one time where I was in a bar and there was these shot girls going around taking. You could get these pictures with these shot girls, and it was a little guy who was taking the pictures. I don't know why particularly, although it was a less PC time, and everyone was taking pictures with these blonde girls, and I was like, sod this. So I had the girls take a picture of the little guy, and it made his night. I bought him a drink as well. He was ecstatic. I kept that picture on my fridge for a couple of years. And then there was another time where was I? I was working in Greece or Spain, one of the two. It was the same time, and it's a bit fuzzy for me. There was this, I think he was Swedish or Norwegian, little guy, and he was a mess, but he was fun because he was up for anything. So we tried to do dwarf tossing, and it didn't end particularly well because they're, you know, full weight. They're hefty people, and yeah, but it got into there's a mad thing, and then the other guy we were with ended up getting this really bad tattoo and waking up face first on a beach surrounded by African Greek prostitutes who were stealing his wallet, and then he got threatened if he tried to get his stuff back by the lucky men. And we call them lucky men because they're the guys that sell watches and jewelry out of their coats, and they were always like, looky, watch, new watch, you want a wallet, got a wallet, sunglasses, got them over here. Brilliant. I have a lot of stories of my past life before sobriety. What's the wind going to be like? Oh, it's going to be too much for me to do the shot. I was going to try and do, what driver do I have on? Does anyone, oh no, I've got the 8 block. It's not going to work with the 8 block. This hole is just not fun. All you do in most of the winds, especially this wind, is you go for the top funnel and you come down, and it's just no real fun in that. I'm trying to find things that amuse me with this hole to make it slightly more interesting. So I'm trying to find new shots that get me closer. There is one in like a small tailwind where you can aim it right here and get in there. Now, what I'm going to try and do is, in this wind now, because I'm bored and I don't really care about this wind, is backspin it back down to the hole. So we've got 2 rings here. We want to land about there, so a ring and a half. So I'm going to go 6.2, so 4.7, maybe 5. I'll go 5. And see if that's enough. And I'm getting so much glitching. Damn it, that would have been perfect speed, but I'm having so much glitching as I'm playing because my phone's getting too hot that the Great killed it. KTB made it back. I don't know, it just, you know, all of a sudden, fucking glitching. It's the only thing about streaming plugged in to the USB with Streamlabs I've found. There is no perfect solution for me. Do I? When's Katie streaming again? When is Katie streaming again? We need you. Oh, this is Dan. Dan's usually salty when I play him, and he usually plays special balls. Oh, I've gone way far. Way past where I wanted to be. Trying to put my phone down on surfaces that'll cool it down. That is a late dinner. It is a late. Ooh. Ooh, getting too far. Too close. At least this has lasted longer than the last attempt, anyway. I don't really care about the points. Sorry, Katie. I obviously care about the points. But I don't really care about the losses as such. It's more about getting back into a rhythm with you guys. And getting some excitement back. Because it's been a struggle this season. For multiple reasons. I can't blame the game entirely as much as I would like to. Don't like this angle it comes in at. Where are you? Alright, I'm gonna have it there, and I'm gonna play it about. I'm just gonna do 8.5. Sounds like a good number, and the customary great right. Someone tell me about the music volume. Is it too good? Not too good. Is it too loud? Too quiet? Just right? Which of the three of the bears is it? Which of Goldilocks' porridges is it? So what? No one told me what their guilty pleasure was. I'm slightly disappointed by that. I bare my soul. Well, I don't bare my soul. I bare my wife's soul. I personally love murder shows, like the real life ones. So First 48 is a favourite of mine, which I don't really get to watch anymore because I can't really swing it with the kids. But things like Snapped and Wives with Knives, and maybe I'm just preparing for my future, you know. But Wives with Knives, plus cooking shows, like, but only the competitive ones. I'll only watch the competitive ones. I won't watch any of the other crap. So I like MasterChef and Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay and things like that. Those are my guilty pleasures. It's basically all I watch. Oh, and I love barbecue pitmasters. And I hate smoked food. Because smoked food is just like, the idea of it smoked is awesome. Like, oh, a smoky flavour, yeah, but it's just ruins the taste of the meat. Oh, we're using cherry and apple and apricot hickory smoked wood from a vegan's tree up in the Pine Hills of North Dakota, rolled by virgin maids. It still tastes like shit. It just tastes like burnt wood. Right. 1.62. What win do we got? Not paying attention at all. Right. I'm actually going to play the bounce over with this. And I'm going to play a max rather than mid numbers. I'm still going to play 2. That looks like it's good. No! Wow! Wow! That was bad. That's why I don't play it in these wins. I don't know why that was so short. Halloween Wars and Holiday Baking Shows. Unsubbing for the smoking comment. I get it. I get it. It's like some people have things that they're super patriotic things that they have to like. Like my wife, she's Hispanic, right? So born and raised in California to Mexican parents. Loves menudo. I don't believe anyone loves menudo. I think you're conditioned to like menudo because you've been force-fed it since you were a little kid. It's entrails. It's gross. There's another one. There's another dish, pozole, which is essentially the same stuff. When you have that horribleness, when just irony grossness, when they could do it, I just think it's possible. I think it's just conditioned. Right, now I'm just not paying attention. And I've never had so many reconnecting issues as I have right now. I don't know where this is going. I have no idea where this is going. So that's theirs, and I think smoking is a very American thing. It's like, yeah, smoke meat, I am king, smoke it, fill it with fire flavor. Menudo's not awesome. It's gross. It's irony, soupy, gross. Ugh. Pozole is the bomb. It's delicious. It's full of meat and flavor and awesome. And you know, most people hate. Let me try and think. You know, well, no, I can't even use Marmite as a thing for Brits because there's a huge proportion of Brits that also hate Marmite. But you either love it or you hate it. But is there something that's quintessentially British that is just gross? Probably. I just don't know what it is. Fish chips and curry sauce actually sounds like it should be horrendous. That is awesome. How is that on the fairway? By hits the rough, rolls out, hits the rough again, and somehow stays on the fairway. Not for me, son. Not for me. Just call me Jon Snow, Gallo. Oh, fuck you, great. Don't hit. Don't. Wow. Yeah, Gallo's gonna be like, you deserve that. You deserve that for that comment. And you're probably right. I still maintain that menudo is gross. authentic Mexican food by a large margin is much better than the Tex-Mex stuff that we get force fed. I don't even know what's going on. But when I talk about connection issues and lag that I get while I'm playing tourneys and stuff, even when I'm not streaming, at least you know I'm not lying, because I mean you can see, you got proof here. It's like the area I'm in, it's like you're too poor, you live in too poor of an area. I mean, it's not. But it's not a big city or whatever. It's like you get the service we give you. We will turn down your bandwidth at night. You don't deserve to get to bed. Well, screw you, Gallo. We're doing well. I've only had 20 drop frames. All right. Just refresh chat, so hopefully that means it's another one I don't really like, especially in this wind. Jesus. But this one I will use an app for. I'm going to stick it here. And then it's like 8.3. Always hit great right on this one. Always hit great right, and it always hits that fucking knuckle that pushes it right. Rubbish. T-Nick, get out. Get out. Someone tell him. Someone tell him. Katie knows. KTB knows. I'm sure some of you others know. I had very strong feelings about certain things. And you're going to get me started, Nick. I fucking hate mushrooms. Like a genuine ill feeling. Like if mushrooms had slept with an ex-girlfriend of mine and then pooped in my car's carburetor or whatever, or exhaust pipe, and then stolen all my shoes without pooping in them, and then brought them back full of poop, I would have those feelings towards that person that I have towards mushrooms. Mushrooms belong in trees and fields as fungus. If you want to get high with them and boil them into tea and drink them like a mental head, then that's up to you. But that is literally the only place mushrooms belong. Or under your shoe. covered in poison. There's no use in this world for mushrooms, except the only use for mushrooms is for little spiders to hide under when it's raining. That is the only use of a mushroom. It doesn't have to be a spider. Anything small enough to go under a mushroom will do. Me and Emily are friends. I'll allow you that one then. I'll allow you that one. They're just gross. There's nothing about a mushroom. And everyone keeps telling me, you just haven't had the right mushrooms. No. That's terrible advice. I've had all kinds of different mushrooms. The only good mushroom is a mushroom that isn't on my plate. Aye, Dominic's coming in with the Irish humour. I ain't got mushroom for him. Thank you. Thank you. He's here all evening, by the way. He just comes in, throws a dad joke, and then just going to sit quietly. I had an irrational fear of them for a long time myself. It's more of an anger now rather than a fear. What we got going on? No, it's slightly heady, so we're not going to bother. Not going to bother wasting our time. Am I winning? I don't even know if I'm winning. That and purple vegetables. I don't mind purple cabbage or red onions, which are not red, they're purple. But like aubergine, which is, you know, the real word for people that can pronounce, you know, foreign words that aren't scary to them. See, that's the actual word for what an aubergine is. Not like here where you're like, I don't like the sound of that foreign word, so we're going to call it eggplant. I don't like eggplant, aubergines. I'm not a fan of courgettes. I love sprouts. I love all of those kind of foods. But, you know, mushrooms is basically it. And tofu. When I was a smoker, I coughed up things that looked like tofu. That's basically tofu. It's like wobbly cardboard that doesn't taste like anything unless you shove lots of garlic butter and salt and pepper on it, and then it tastes like a garlic buttered lump of slightly sauteed wobbly stuff. I'm just not even bothering. This is all Cavalier at this point. I don't know, 1-1. I'm going to basically try and offend everyone that likes any type of food. Hotter than something. See, I don't. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't have a problem with cabbage. The only people that have a problem with cabbage is anyone around me after I've eaten cabbage. Then there's issues. There is such a thing as curried cabbage, and that is, you were in a game. Oh, if you scroll up a little bit, we were talking about various foods and stuff, and then T-Nick mentioned mushrooms. Mentioned the M word, Katie. Oh, thankfully they're going first. So we had to have the mushroom discussion. You know, this is an unpopular opinion, and I'm aware of what's about to come out of my mouth being hugely unpopular. I don't really like pizza. I'm not a big fan of pizza. I'm not a big fan of. I like a salami pizza if it has hardly any cheese on it and lots of sauce. That is how I like pizza. I don't like you guys. Is like, oh, cheese, extra cheese, stick more fake cheese on it. And it just gives me heartburn. That's a nice shot. Well played. Oh, fuck off. I'm telling you that this is due to them being... I know it. I'm telling you now, you're going to call me crazy, but this is not me. Well, it is me because I'm playing. But I guarantee you it's because they're loading the new holes in for tomorrow into the tours. And I'm going to have an absolute shit fit next week when these fucking dunes come back. And they're absolutely terrible. I didn't put enough curl on it. But yes. Emily knows. Emily knows. I was going to say my other excuse is that I put too much points up today, but that's clearly never going to be an issue. Look how badly I'm doing. This is never me. This is never me. And I feel really bad. But I did promise, and I will get there, 10K. But I'm down in 47. Just shows how much of an absolutely miraculously fabulous job. I've never been in a push season where everyone has contributed. Everyone has literally pushed it to the max. And has been fucking awesome. And I was the shit one. And I feel bad being the shit one. But if I pushed any harder and played any more, I would have deleted the app, and I would not be around. I agree with that. I actually ate quite a lot of pizza when I was in Italy. I went to Rome last year. It's going to sound really like, ooh! We went to Rome for my son's 2nd birthday, and then went to Paris for my daughter's 5th birthday. Well, it was after her 5th birthday. It was more for my wife really. But we love Paris. Yeah, I mean, Italy's great, but the food was overrated, I thought, in Italy. And maybe that's just my expectations. My expectations were that the food in Italy was going to be so outstandingly amazing, and the bread was, and the natural flavors were, but the standard, because we were in Rome, I think was a little bit commercially. However, the best place I've ever been in the world for food is absolutely in France. In Paris, the food was out of this world. Almost anywhere you went. Oh, we got a pinata. Has anyone bought any of these pinata balls? And if so, is the needle as good as it was on the Valkyrie ball? Because the Valkyrie was my favorite ball of all time. I would marry the Valkyrie ball and then have illegitimate babies with the pine cone. That's what I would do. Way well played. What? Right, I'm going up the hill. See if we can get the hill right this time. I need it. I'm going to play a little bit past. I'm going to try a different angle this time because it's not been working. So 10.4, 11.3, 11.3 is going to be 5.8, 5.9, say. What is 11.3 actually? At 20%. Nah, you see that came in too much that way. What was the wind? I'm trying to work out, Miss Emily, the science behind how cheese could be processed into an opiate state. Are you referring to the pleasure that people get, like with chocolate releasing endorphins into the brain type deal? Because I know our lower gut changes, like turns carbohydrates and sugars. Our lower gut turns it into alcohol as it processes it, which is why recovering alcoholics are addicted to carbs and sugars, if they weren't already. But cheese being an opiate, I'm trying to work out how that possibly could be from a scientific point of view. Teenick, that sounds like it would be absolutely idyllic. Idyllic. Do you have all these wrinkled old ladies coming up and pinching your cheeks and telling you that you need to stay there and learn Italian and marry a good Italian girl? Because that's what I imagine would happen. That's in my head. Like you're getting bread and stuff for the old ladies. Oh my fucking god. I'm still going to play the same shot because I'm a stubborn fucker. Right. I'm actually going to add a little bit more top spin. I'm adding that top spin and I'm not seeing the fucking... Right, I'm just going to leave it there and just hope it's right. So 16.7 is then... Oh, you mother of... It switched clubs. I didn't have time to adjust it and switch back. So... Switching clubs at 4 seconds is not ideal, but it's what I get for chatting so much. We'll find that up. We'll file that under. What's the Italian for faux pas? I don't know. Am I shouting? I feel like I'm shouting. I get loud when I get excitable. What's up, Mr. Charlie? Welcome. Welcome into our little slice of heaven. It seems to be slowly getting a little better. Well, at least we got beat by HIO. HIO! Now this is going to surprise you, Nick. This is going to shock you to your core. to your very inner part of your soul. It's going to reach down, pull it out, and your soul's going to go, oh. I'm not a big fan of seafood. And I like some fish. I'm a fan of sushi and a lot of different types of, you know, cooked sushi, not raw sushi. But I do like raw salmon, and I like, you know, white fishes. But paellas and what do they call it up in the northeast? What do they call it? Come on, you guys know. It's it's a seafood dish, like a soup, like a seafood soup. What the fuck is it? Oh, it's gonna drive me mad. Someone's gonna tell me, so that's gonna be less mad. But anyway, you know, like seafood pastas and like mussels and clams and clam chowder, and a seafood bisque type deals. I just don't like it. Thanks, Johnny. Chowder, yes. What wins this? Any chance, like any tailwind at all, I send it here. This is probably going to clip the rough or go in the bunker because we don't have much of a strength wind. My phone's too small to do the proper pull. So I play this hook at 16 rings on the 6. Come on, roll down. It never rolls down for me. It never rolls down for me. A lot of the time, like, your opponents will play it and they'll roll it into that rough and then it'll just whoop, plop back, sit back down on the fairway nicely for a tiny little wedge. Me, always stick in that rough almost. Yeah, no, Nick, sorry, I was being sarcastic. I knew you wouldn't be, and I had a feeling that you wouldn't be entirely shocked at that. I'm a little bit delirious now. And my back is hurting. This is not a comfortable place. Am I in the top 10 yet, Katie? I must be. The amount of... He dropped that from all the way back there with a rough iron. There is a little funnel bit here somewhere. Get in the hole! Has to be, right? Right? Has to be. If you're looking at it upside down, then yeah. Alright. Ooh, you big. You big. You big. You bigly wind. Right. So I'm going to do 4 backspin. It's going to look odd. But I'm going to do 4 backspin, and I'm going to set the guideline up there, and I'm going to play 20%. Slow down. It's okay. I'll take it. I should have just trusted the. Normally I play that. So here's the thing, right? And why different adjustments will work differently for. Because your guideline doesn't know that you're playing with a power 1, power 2, power 3, power 4, power 5 ball, right? So your guideline will show it without wind. So if someone tells you, oh, play this shot at max plus 20 and have the guideline here, that will work if they're using the same ball all the time. But so with that one, the same wind. When we're talking about second bounce wind effect, a power 1 a less wind resistant ball gets affected proportionally more than a power 3 ball would on the same shot. So on that one, I would have played, if I'd have played that with the same wind with a Quasar, it would have stopped shorter because it would have the ball guide would have compacted a little bit more. So you can't play the same shots as people are describing necessarily the same way if you're using a different type of ball. You'd have to use the same ball and the same adjustments to get the same results or similar results because the wind angles are always a little bit different. In my humble point of view. So that went long because I added a tiny little bit of OP. Because when I normally play it with the Quasar, when I play with the Quasar, it checks up more. So I add a little bit of extra oomph, momentum, so it doesn't contract the ball guide as much. So that's where the feels come in. Tucker from Freedom hates me, I think. Maybe not hate. Maybe hate is a strong word. He probably doesn't care about me at all. But he does back out on me a lot. Okay. That one will be okay with that one. Because that should be relatively mini-mid. I don't use a slider either. Probably costs me, almost certainly does. I just don't do it. I barely use my wind app. I will use it. I will use Notebook for specific short iron shots, mainly short iron. Or if I'm using a Goliath 9 and I'm on that one shootout and it's a 30% elevation, then yeah, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna use Notebook to work out the rings rather than working out in my head, because with a 10 mile an hour, well, a 9.7 mile an hour wind at 30%, and you've got to work out the rings to that, it's much quicker to do it on Notebook. Oh, you matched balls for me this time. Nice. Ain't you nice? Oh no, I'm mid-max. Mad Max. that no longer eat meat. Is that a digestive thing, Nick? Is that something? So you're a vegetarian rather than a vegan, basically, is what you're telling me. Is that due to? I know a lot of people that stopped eating meat, not necessarily for ethical reasons, but because the amount of meat that were in people's diets would leave them sluggish, and their digestive system wouldn't work, and and they felt a lot healthier when they went on to eating eating mainly vegetarian cuisine. Now, for me personally, and I'm aware of differing opinions, and I'm okay with that. For me personally, having a meal without meat is like having sex without an orgasm. It's just pointless and leaves you with blue balls. I need the meat. I need the meat to go with it, preferably with potatoes or some form of complex carbohydrate that can sit in my gut for ages. Fruitarian! Poor fruit. What did they ever do to you? Alrighty then. Alright, 12.2. Let's see if I can not make an absolute arse of myself this time. This one is more heady than it is crossy. So no, we can't be any better. It came up way short. So we didn't offset enough at the beginning, and then we pulled too much. I don't know. I don't know. It's a bad shot anyway. It deserves to get beat. Just didn't feel like eating meat. Hey. I'm a big fan. I'm a big believer in So my wife's like, you need to eat this, you need to eat that. She's not. I'm gonna rephrase this. My wife is a wonderful, wonderful woman. She doesn't force me to do anything. She just hates Golf Clash, and I totally get it. But that's a nice shot. So she has my best interest at heart. So eating healthily, doing these kind of things, but I'm a big proponent of, if I want it, my body wants it, I'm going to eat it. Which so I do have a very very meat and carbohydrate heavy diet. However, there'll be times, weeks, where I'll want, really light meals, salads, and like white fish, and nothing fried and nothing too heavy, just because my body tells me that it needs a cleansing, that it needs to stop feeling so sluggish. I'll go through phases where I'll eat loads of candy, and then I'll go through months where I won't. Is everyone sick of me yet? I feel like I've monopolized too much of your time. I have, however, been gone for a while, but by the end of this week, you will be sick of me. Once it hits like this time of night, I never get a matchup. It takes me forever, and then I just get shit ass replays. I want to be a breatharian someday. Is that some form of you can get food simply by, you get all the nutrients you need just by breathing? I can't think of it being anything else. Unless that T was supposed to be a D and it was breadarian, where you only eat bread. That I could get down with. As long as you could put anything in the bread to eat with the bread. I could do that. I am happy to be back, spreading my ranty goodness. How many trophies am I on? Have I lost a load? Oh, so I've lost like a couple of games. 2 or 3 games. 2 or 3 games from my max point. But I haven't really been paying attention for the last, I don't know. It feels like 35 minutes since I played a game. I don't know. And that is awful. I might just be long enough to get over that. Just advanced yogis are miserable. Just saying. But I am aware. I am aware and fully appreciative of your. I don't want to say beliefs as if that's a negative term. But yeah, like everyone has beliefs. And I am probably not on the same position as you are, Miss Emily, but I absolutely appreciate your position. But I may have a little joke here and there with you. Philosophy works. Philosophies. We'll go with that. Oh, this is just... swung past when I let it go. It's a good job he didn't come for the quality. I really want to get to 300 HIOs before the major. Because whenever I'm near like the next tier up, like 300, I've told you the story many times about how many times it took me to get from 99 HIOs to 100 hole-in-ones. There is a lot of material, Emily. You are absolutely correct. There is a lot of material to discuss. It took me like I recorded it and I have it on some of my planmates. I screenshot every shootout that was under a yard, but not in the hole. I was playing T7 at the time. I had 145 shootouts where I got inside a yard without it going in the hole before I got to 100 HIOs, hole-in-ones. And then when I got to 200, it was a major, and I was missing. It took me forever to get that 200th. And as soon as it got to 200, then I was banging them in left, right, and center. And it's like this next 100 has been like, I don't know, almost 2 or 3, maybe. It was at the beginning of the Bushwhackers push season, so that was 2 seasons ago. I was at 202. And I was at like 99 albatrosses. So less a win, but I'm still going to stick it up there. See, this is the... I'm going to go with that. That's what I'm saying. It's probably for the best, Nick. I notice it when and I'm only giving that face because I want the APOC in my shop. That's the only reason I'm doing that. You give a couple of angry faces, algos all over the place. But I believe like when I'm going to the next billion, like or the next 100 million, I tend to go on a run of losses. It's just a pattern that I've noticed, and it depends where. If you ask me today whether I think it's an algorithm while they're making it that way, I'll say probably, maybe not. If you ask me as I'm going through it, my answer is very different. I've just stopped bothering telling people what I'm doing. I got the checkup bounce that time. Little John Bell in the house. Giant John Bell. Sneaking in like a mouse. Emily, you're a crazy man, right? You're like, what am I on? So 178 and 295 in 12,400 games. I mean, I'll take that. I'm catching up my eagles to my birdies as well. That's my next goal. Is I want my eagles to overtake my birdies. And I was like 1,000 down, and now what am I within? Almost just under 400. I was at like 550 when I noticed how close I was. I think I talked to Ingrid about it. But if I could have like 14,000 games and have overtaken, so I have more eagles than birdies, that would be awesome. He's far enough down that if he gets a tailwind, which he probably will, he'll be able to fire it over. Ooh! Alright, what's the maximum? I'm just gonna take. There's nothing fun is happening here. Don't expect anything fun happening here. This is still probably going to be short. There was a lot going on in that adjustment. And look how short it was still. So I played that max numbers, even though it wasn't at max. And then I went down, so I pushed it forward 2 rings, full top. And then I went a little bit of OP as well, and it was still miles short. shows you in that wind. It's a very deceptive. It's because the depth perception is difficult to work out how far down you're going to how many rings you have to push up. But you know he's got a wind 4-ball on, so no, he didn't get tailwind. Thankfully, but it also gave me a wind that was super hard, or super tricky, that I was going to get to the. Where am I now? So we saved it anyway. I'm not sure if they'll have the angle, but they might just copy my shot now. This is the most fun I've had in a while. Yeah, they're going to copy it now that they've seen it. Guarantee you that wasn't going to be their shot. They've got a difficult angle for it. Yeah, I'll be done soon. Yeah, it's like 10:35 here. So I may come on for a couple more games and then call it a night and come back on tomorrow. I've supposedly got to work. Ain't nowhere. Ain't nowhere. Oh, thank you, Miss Emily. You have a great night, Dom. Why are you mad, bro? Why are you mad, bro? You saw me play with a Quasar, Pit Boss. You saw me play with a Quasar, so you put on a wind 4-ball, the pinata ball, and then I beat you with that ball. Why are you mad? Why are you mad, bro? See if we can drop this on him. If he wins, he's going to run like that guy did last time. Oh, steak and asparagus. Now, if you're going to grill something, grill a vegetable, you grill asparagus. Absolutely. That's because the Houdini is the devil's wedge. It is so pendulumy, it's worse than the Spitfire, right? So it goes up normally, and then as it comes back down past perfect, it shoots past like that. Did he go in the rough? Why are you mad, bro? Dude is mad. I'll take it. Get asparagus grilled up, maybe in some foil, get the char marks, and then put it in some foil, leave it to cook with some butter in there, and then put some salt, pepper, and squeeze a little bit of lemon on there. It's an crudité and a perfect accompaniment for some steak. hot. Maybe that's just because I'm on fire. My opponents are making it, giving me opportunities, should I say. I have to take advantage of them. Throw that Houdini away. Todd knows the score. So I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to play it just as a max number. Todd has it. Todd's in agreement. The Devil's Wedge. Nothing good comes from a Houdini. Fuck off, you put. Come on. Come on, be okay. Be okay. Be okay. You're okay. He should be far enough that he can get over with a nice wind. He's got basically the best wind he could have. And the reason that's the best wind he could have is because he can full OP this and get to the decent spot. He doesn't have to judge how much OP or wind he's going to do. And have a good shot. Perfect out of the rough. Should be good. Misses the bunker. Yes, gets that perfect bounce in between the bunker. Yes. They do a great job. Okay, yes, well played, well played. I must be playing a replay then. I don't know. Shut up. Madden, you're a penis. So we want it kind of here. Oh, this one. I've just given up on adjusting properly. Especially on that shot. I've just given up. I'm giving up. My eyes will do. My eyes will do. That'll do. I've gone to that. You know when you have a. Again, I like a good analogy. The British car industry built some of the best cars in the world at one stage, and then it became a case of it'll do. It'll do. And look where it got us. Sold out, transported. Everything, all the best engineers left for better wages and more opportunities, a lot of the time to America. And England are lagging behind in absolutely everything nowadays. Except we're very good at exporting talent. Because they don't appreciate talent in the UK. In the main, is my personal belief. I'm not having a go at my homeland, but there are things absolutely wrong with it. I'm going to say again, I hate this hole. If I say again that I hate this hole, specifically this wind angle, I hate this wind angle. I cannot work this wind angle out. But I'm going to go for it. Oh, fuck. a massive needle jump. Massive needle jump, completely affected it. And it's an absolutely awful shot. No, Todd, because I'm not a 7-year-old girl. I must be playing a replay. I get much more in the way of needle lag when I play replays. Oh, and that's a fucking awful shot as well. But it didn't need to be a good shot. It just needed to be inside mine. Right, couple more, and then I probably won't go to bed. I'll probably start watching Dale or something if Dale's still on. Who else is streaming right now? I know Tango Sierra was. How old are you, Todd? You look older than your early 20s. Todd's like the oldest looking 17-year-old around. I'm 38, right? So it was after me considerably. I think I pulled too much here. I'll be good. No, I pulled perfectly. Yeah, no, I'm not really the only game I play is this one. 33. Only 5 years older than you, middle school. So yeah. So if you were middle school, I don't even know what middle school means. So middle school will be what, like 10, 11? So 10 or 11 middle school, so that would make me 16, 17. Yeah. There was no way I was playing. I was chasing other things at that age rather than Pokemon characters. Not that I have anything against people that do. I just wanted to have a dig. So, we got another pinata biatch. Right, this is KTB's adjustment. This is max plus 15. Fuck. I hate that. Too muchy. Okay, so I'll have been, so take 5 years off that. So add 5 years into that. I'll have been like 19, 18, 19. What did I play anything? Maybe FIFA, Tiger Woods. Grand Theft Auto would be the only games that I probably played around that time. I was just gambling and drinking and other stuff and ladies. That's basically, and then playing sport was all I did then. It was a good time. But it would set the scene for a lot of bad times. I'm not going to give you a nice shot. I'm not going to give you a nice shot with when you have. No, see, I never had any money. I never had any money for game systems. I play around my friend's house and stuff, and I had like a PlayStation 2 or something. But I didn't really spend. That was not what I spent my money on. My money was basically spent straight in the urinal. It just had to pass through me. So I don't have anything to show for any money that I earned from 16 to probably 30. All right, so this is the wind where I play 1-to-1, but I also pull it back. I'm going to pull it a little bit back, further back than last time. Offset ball guide, short. Go 8.3, and then come round and pull it back. Not much curl. Hopefully that comes in nice. It's a bit hot. I'm close to 300, so we're gonna get loads of these. I don't think I've ever. So Todd, to go back to it, I don't think I've ever played Halo. I never played Call of Duty either. It's just one of those things that they would take. It's like, here goes an analogy again. There's a lot of TV shows that are long-running shows that everyone says you need to get into 24, you need to get into Lost, you need to get into Breaking Bad. You need to get into this, you need to get into that, you need to get into Quarks, you need to get into, sorry, not Quarks, that Ozarks. And I just never get into them because in my spare time, I want to watch sport, exclusively watch sport. So I don't have the time to invest in getting so into it. Because look what happens when I do get into something. This happens when I get into something. So I don't want to start something and get into it, and then it'd be an issue because I obsess about things. I get addicted to things. That's why I am where I am. So I don't watch. There's lots of stuff I don't watch or do or play because I don't want to spend the time to get. I mean, that goes for anything in my life. It goes for, like people have projects. Oh, I'm going to repair this car. I'm going to learn how to do this. No, because I just can't be bothered to invest the time that it takes. I'd rather just watch all the sports I can and and be happy. Yeah, I can't see we got the PS4 last week, right? So, T-Nick, here's a story. I saw someone post about it and then got into it. I haven't watched it all. I never. So like Breaking Bad, I've watched everything up to like 3 episodes into the last season. I haven't finished. I never went back and finished it. I haven't watched the end of Tiger King. I don't know what happens at the end of it. Even the Aaron Hernandez documentary, it's only like 3 parts. I watched like... It took me like 2 weeks to watch the final 20 minutes. Don't go through the green. Don't go through the fairway. Don't go through... That's nice. 345? 342, a little short. I really only watch my sports that I watch is football, real football, American football. Was the one that I chose. My wife said, if I let you watch all American sports, I will never see you. So, I chose football over basketball and baseball because there's just so many basketball games. It's like 160, 100 and whatever, 120, and there's like 140 odd baseball games before you even get into the knockouts. That's madness. I watch my soccer, all of it, and then I watch Formula One racing religiously. And like tennis and Four top will never have you in the rough in tailwind. So I'll That's basically what I watch sport-wise. It does take up a lot of my weekend though, because Premier League football comes on at... First games are usually at 6:30 a.m. and then there's a 9 o'clock game, then there's an 11 o'clock game. And then I've got into college football. I watch college football if I can. So that's like 1 o'clock, and then Sundays there's 3 more games on a Sunday. So Sundays like 6 o'clock, 6:30 to midday for soccer, and then I'll switch back and forwards to watch some of the Sunday morning football shows, the Sunday morning countdown or whatever it's called, and then of course Sunday football's on, and that keeps me going all weekend. So. I absolutely don't know. I'm trying to do this as much as possible. I can't watch replays either. So if I know what's happened, I find it very difficult to watch a whole replay. I need the tension and the thrill of not knowing what's going to happen next. That used to be me, Nick. I used to be me, Todd, sorry. And what I used to, but what I would do is just carry on drinking. I think I know sort of how it ends, Nick. I'm waiting for the Nicolas Cage televised series that's coming out based on that. And they could only have Nicolas Cage doing it because he's mental. Alright, see if we can't not fuck this up by... going into our other club, but it's going to be another big old wind. Oh, Beatrice, how am I doing for the Rughavens? Have you asked them? That's warm, but I just can't be bothered to go. 15 feet that way to my fridge and get a cold one. Get the roll, get the speed roll. I think he's got the speed roll. He got the speed rolls. Alright, so this is cross head. Right, so 3 top, 2 left. Sometimes this fucking funnel disappears. There it is. Alright, and we're gonna go 17-1. 17 rings. 17-1. We're gonna go a little bit of counter. And it's just gonna drop in the hole. It's just gonna drop center cup. Okay, alright. Well, I trust in the rug gods. To smile kindly on this poor, unfortunate soul. Should we play one more? I'll play one more game. And then we shall call it a night. Are they going to sit around a table chanting? I imagine that's what the Rughavens do. It's a big, long room with a fireplace at one end and only like 3 chairs. And they sit really far apart from each other. And it's really cold and damp in there. And one of them's like Senor, the oldest living Wilhelm III von Rughaven, is smoking a pipe and has a monocle. Kind of like, which if he does, tell him to look at my my mascot. I think he would like it. I think Senor Rughaven would appreciate what I've done with my aesthetics. Yes, one for the road, as they say. It is a parlance that that we get into that works in all walks of life, in all different kind of situations. I like it up here because the bounce is higher. The bounce is higher up here. The slope is higher, but it's not as far either. So when you adjust back up, you get a higher bounce. And then you hit a slidey grate. Man, the grates have been terrible today. But again, so yes, Nick has got it. Nick knows the smoking jacket, and he has one of those ashtrays where it's weighted, those old school weighted ashtrays where it's got the two rows either side that affix it to the armrest. I can see it now. And he's got one of those moustaches that curls up. Are we describing Mr. Peanut? I feel like this is a replay of a hole I've already played. See, and now I'm screwed here. No, I'm okay. I'm not even going to take anything off because the wind's going to take it off for me. A little bit further back. Now I'm gaining elevation, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to play it 1-to-1 because I've done my offset, and I'm going to hit great anyway. I'm going to hit great anyway because perfect on a sniper is as rare. It is as rare as an appearance of the Rogue Havens. They're very, very hermit-like people, very private, very prideful, except their wicked, wicked grandson, who even changed his name. That old pipe tobacco just hanging in the air like the cloud, 7 feet up. The walls are slightly yellowed, despite the amount of renovations that have recently happened. The chandelier is slightly has a slight tinge of sadness. From that angle is it like mandatory to fuck it up into that front bunker and then hit perfect out of it? Seriously, this hole is just it's an anomaly, and it's an anomaly for me because from that shot I never hit perfect, which is why I started trying to find and going for that funnel shot. How many rough... Oh, fuck off! It's going to be that wind angle again. Oh, thankfully. Right, so I still hate it, but it's not the most hated wind angle. Yeah, old school tapestries. Slightly frayed in the corners. And those pictures where the artist made sure that the eyes were watching you wherever you went in the room. And dogs, they've got dogs, not real dogs, those dogs that you have on a table that they're like wearing, the dogs that you have where it's like a table leg, the dog's underneath with a glass table over it. Wow, what a wind. Alright. It doesn't really matter what I do. I'm going to take 1 bar off top spin off, back spin off. Maybe not. Actually, I'm going to take half a bar of backspin off. I'm going to leave that. And then I'm going to do this at more of a mid. So 7.5 would be min. So I'm going to go 8.1. I told you that when you go down that elevation, if you pull far enough, you need to push back up. But that is outrageous because I was nowhere near the front of that bunker then. Ah, what a moron! All right, but on that moron, I am that kind of guy that's like one more until I win, like a gambler that's always losing his marbles and he's losing his dollars. So, but on that note, I reckon I'm 1 win away from 9,000. That is what my guess would be, that I'm 1 win away from 9,000. Which is why that did that. No, 4 wins away. But my point, which I don't really have, is going to remain. But where are we in the league? We are sitting pretty in 4th, top 5. Just a brilliant, brilliant performance all season. So I'm going to say adieu to you and you and you. And I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to play some, probably play my master master round, and then probably do a bit of grinding after that. I don't know if I'm going to play the others in the mini because, quite frankly, I'm going to show you why. Let me do one thing. So, for those of you that don't know my other accounts, oh, I can't because I'm USB plugged in, so I can't use the keypad. But anyway, so oh, I can do it another way. Hang on a minute. So I have this guy is my second account, Veni Vidi Vici. So if any of you see any of these out, then that's me. So Veni Vidi Vici, that's my main. That's my baby. Well, no, I have Mr. Dinkles, but I don't really care about him. So that's my second youngest account, one that I've actually got decent clubs on now. And then that's my Golf Rage account. And none of those, so I would only play them, this one, and this one, I would only play them in Pro, because if I was to get an expert banner, because I'm a bit of a twat like that, quite honestly, I don't want an expert skinny banner on top. Look how bad that one looks, with that tiny little skinny bronze on top there. I just don't. I see it and I don't like it. So I'm not going to probably play them in expert. So I'd only play them in pro. And is it worth the points? Is it worth playing 9 holes and then another 9 holes to get a skinny gold, and you lose the balls? You don't even get much. It's just a pointless prize. So I might just play a couple of master rounds, or just one of my accounts. Yeah. So I had to set. Long story. I'll come back to that tomorrow. But so I'll probably just play my master, my accounting master, and then grind on Thursday, Friday. Then early morning Saturday, I'll probably stream my master weekend round. Should I make it? Which I probably will. It's a mini after all. And then I'll see what next week looks like for the major. I hope to stream it, but who knows what the work situation and the family situation is going to be. So I love all of you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for spending your evening with me. It's been an absolute pleasure to babble away when I don't have my family here. And as much as I like to have a little husbandy wine, and my wife is absolutely fabulous, and my kids are a dream, and I do miss them when they've left. So I thank you all for spending this time with me, and